The story of Sunny Leone begins not with fame or flashing cameras, but in a small, quiet town in Canada, where a baby girl was born into a traditional Punjabi Sikh family on a chilly spring day. Her name was Karenjit Kaur, and this was the start of a journey that would one day capture the attention of millions around the world. On May 13, 1981, in the city of Sarnia, Ontario, Karenjit took her first breath. Sarnia was a modest town, known for its industrial background and close-knit community, nestled beside the beautiful blue waters of Lake Huron. Winters were harsh here, with snow blanketing the streets for months on end, but the warmth of family filled the homes that dotted the neighborhoods. Karenjit's parents had emigrated from India to Canada before her birth, seeking a better life for their children. They carried with them the traditions and values of their Punjabi Sikh heritage, a culture rich with history, devotion, and resilience. Her father worked as an engineer, a steady and respected profession, while her mother dedicated herself to raising the family and preserving the cultural roots within their Canadian home. From the moment she was born, Karenjit was surrounded by love and care. Her parents nurtured her with the teachings of Sikhism, morning prayers, respect for elders, and a strong sense of identity tied to their homeland. Yet, at the same time, they understood the importance of integrating into their new country. So Karenjit was raised to be equally comfortable in both worlds. Growing up in Sarnia was a unique experience for young Karenjit. On the one hand, she was deeply connected to her Indian roots. At home, Punjabi was spoken, traditional festivals were celebrated, and family values were taught with dedication. On the other hand, outside the walls of her home, she was part of a different culture entirely. Schoolmates, neighbors, and friends were mostly white Canadians with different languages, customs, and holidays. This mix of cultures shaped Karenjit's early years, but it also created moments of challenge. As a child, she was shy and sometimes felt like an outsider. The other children in school struggled to pronounce her name correctly, often shortening it or teasing her in innocent but hurtful ways. These early experiences sowed a seed of feeling different, a feeling that would accompany her into adolescence. Despite these challenges, Karenjit was a bright and curious child. She found joy in the little things, painting, drawing, and playing outside in the snow. Her creativity was a source of comfort, a way to express herself beyond words. She was known within her family as gentle and kind, a daughter who listened carefully and showed respect. Her parents worked hard to provide stability and opportunity. Her father's job as an engineer required long hours, and her mother's dedication to the household was unwavering. Yet, they both ensured that Karenjit and her siblings had a strong foundation, encouraging education and cultural pride. At weekends, Karenjit would attend Punjabi and Sikh religious classes, where she learned about her heritage in greater depth. She was taught traditional prayers, the meaning of Sikh values like courage, honesty, and humility, and stories of great Sikh warriors and saints. These lessons were more than religious. They were lessons in identity and strength. Yet, as much as she loved her heritage, Karenjit also wanted to belong to the world around her. She watched Canadian TV shows, played with friends, and dreamed of adventures beyond her small town. She felt the pull of both cultures and began to wonder where she truly fit in. These early questions about identity and belonging would later become central themes in her life. But in those early years, Karenjit was simply a little girl trying to understand her place in a world that sometimes seemed divided. The loving environment her parents created helped her develop confidence, even as she navigated the complexities of growing up in a multicultural society. Family gatherings were filled with laughter, Punjabi music, and rich food, reminders of the homeland that still lived in their hearts. At the same time, she learned English well, played hockey, and enjoyed Canadian holidays like Christmas and Thanksgiving. Through it all, Karenjit's spirit remained gentle but quietly determined. Her childhood laid the groundwork for resilience, a resilience that would carry her through the many transformations she would face in the future. As Karenjit grew, so did her dreams. She was fascinated by stories of strong women, and often imagined herself in different roles, sometimes as a nurse helping others, sometimes as an artist creating beauty. The freedom to imagine was a gift, one that her family encouraged despite their traditional background. These early years were the calm before the storm, a peaceful chapter in a life that was about to take extraordinary turns. The little girl born in Sarnia with a name full of meaning was unaware of the journey ahead, a journey that would take her across continents, challenge societal norms, and transform her into a global icon. But every story begins somewhere, and this was hers, a tale of roots, culture, family, and the tender beginnings of a girl named Karenjit, who was destined to shine.